COVID-19 has stopped the way many of us like to lead our lives. Nearly the whole world is now living in isolation. Sporting calendars decimated, people unable to go down the road to meet their friends or have a cup of coffee. Here in Singapore, public gatherings, even inside the privacy of your own home, are now forbidden. But one thing remains true and constant: the ability to enjoy great sporting rivalries. As tonight, One Play Sports, in conjunction with our dear friends at VPG Virtual Pro Gaming, bring you a causeway clash in match night 3 of the One Play Pro Club Challenge. Yes, esports at its very best. We're going to take you through some top-class FIFA action between now and midnight. Alongside me to guide you through the action, none other than the notorious, the man that puts the E into esports, Mr. Nitin Nambiar. Nitin, may I say how resplendent you're looking this evening, and yet another award-winning shirt.
Yes, decided to go for a T-shirt inside this time, just wrapping my Rocky shirt.
Now, interesting. Is there a hidden meaning to that? Do you think we might get an underdog springing a surprise? Because Rocky is the ultimate underdog.
Yes, I get where you're coming from, but today I don't think so. I think the seeded team will have a bit too much, but we'll get into that.
It's Singapore against Malaysia. Ones to watch against Manok Gasak, and that is our third game in the round of 32 in this Pro Club Challenge. If you are new to us, a very warm welcome. And don't worry if you've not been into esports previously. I'm kind of a beginner myself, but Nitin is guiding me through, and I'll guide you through as well. Let's check out what this tournament is all about. 1,700 Singapore dollars in prize money. The best 32 teams from across Southeast Asia. We've got Singapore. We've got Malaysia, of course. Both of them in action tonight. Vietnam and Thailand. We are with you for the next 10 weeks, every Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday at 11 p.m. That is GMT +8. Now, we'll run you through the bracket and the upcoming fixture so you know where you can watch your team in just a moment. But Nitin, as part of your mission, I know, to educate people on esports and FIFA in particular, you're giving us a nugget every match night. We've gone through the 11 Vistas 11 format. If you're just joining us, every single player you see on the field tonight will be controlled by one individual from all over their host country. We talked about the role of the manager on Saturday. Tonight, I think you're going to talk to us about how these players out there build up their on-pitch icons.
Yes, so basically you start off by creating a pro in pro clubs, and then you gain experience as you play more matches. So once you've reached a good level of matches, you get a point system. Basically, it's called skill points. So you can then attribute your skill points to whatever position you're playing. So if you're playing as a defender, you want your tackling and your speed to be high. If you're playing as a midfielder, you want your passing and your dribbling to be good. Striker, pace and finishing.
So it's not just about how fast your fingers are, it's about building that player and using tactics to enable you to be the very best as well.
Yeah, definitely. You have to you get these skill points and you have to attribute them properly to the positions you're playing. You can't have a striker who's good at tackling. It doesn't really make any sense. So it's a very important aspect of pro clubs, is attributing your skill points correctly.
Pro Club Challenge football is not so much about feet, it's about fingers. We really want to see those fingers, people. Show me your fingers, Nitin. Beautiful fingers, if I do say so. And by the way, if you've got any question you'd like Nitin to ask, keep it clean. It's a family show. You can email us here at the One Play Sports headquarters. The email address you see on the bottom of your screen there, studio@oneplaysports.com. As promised, let's talk you through the bracket now ahead of tonight's big game. These are the matches that have already taken place. You see the couple of teams that have worked their way through. The Royal Cavaliers of Vietnam through at the expense of Daruma Pro Club of Thailand. To the moon, getting the better of Kita on Saturday in convincing fashion. Tonight it's the turn of Ones to Watch and Manok Gasak. And we take you from the bracket to the upcoming schedule. So if you've got a favourite team or you're watching from a specific country, here are the dates when you can watch your teams in action. Remember, 11 p.m. GMT +8, that's Singapore time, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays. After this game tonight, the Causeway Clash, we've got an all-Thai affair, Hyenas against Pig, Fight, Knife. That's on Thursday. Moving on to the second page of fixtures, Maximus against Tasmanian Devil, and Malaysia against Thailand in that one. Our first all-Singapore encounter, Tikataka against Dise Esienta, La Rojak Football against Ankatsuki, is another Causeway Clash to look forward to a week on Saturday. And the action just continues. It keeps on coming thick and fast as we go to Cat Nino, my favourite name team of Thailand against Densetsu of Singapore, Thai Gang against RDS VFC, that's on the 28th. And we finish off our initial opening round of matches with a real cracker. The worst generation, many people's pick to win this tournament, up against Keropok VFC. And I must make a point at this juncture as well to give a huge mention and shout out, as the kids say, to our very dear friend Yusuf and his team at VPG Virtual Pro Gaming in Singapore, because they have done a brilliant job. Yusuf, our tournament director, this isn't possible without the work that Yusuf and his team does, and they've been absolutely brilliant. wasn't their fault the EA servers were slow on match night 1, and they were much better, weren't they, on Saturday? So we hope the EA servers behave themselves today.
Yeah, for sure. And another thing that impressed me is their database of players. You know, they've got stats, they've got previous tournament results. So we've had a whole lot of info to dive into.
Tonight's game, though, a causeway clash. Nitin, I know whose side of the fence you're going to be on tonight as Singapore takes on Malaysia. But for anyone watching from elsewhere in the world, I know we've got viewers watching from Europe as well. Tell them what the rivalry between Singapore and Malaysia means to you.
So Singapore was part of Malaysia. We split up about close to 60 years ago. So the rivalry has been brewing since then. We've had the Malaysia Cup days where Sundram, Fandi, Abasat won us great stuff in Malaysia. So ever since then, the rivalry has been brewing, and it's been getting more competitive yearly.
Well, interesting that the favourites in this ones to watch, actually have an Italian influence, and we'll tell you about that as we look at the starting lineups, because their player manager, Matilios, is actually an Italian, and he manages the team, but I think the rest of it's made up of Singaporeans. Manok Gasak, all their players come from Sabah and Sarawak. So, Nitin, as you've done so brilliantly so far, give us some players to watch. Who are the star men to look out for on those two team sheets?
So for ones to watch, they've got league side Crow up front. He's got 24 appearances and 20 goals this year, so that's a excellent goal scoring record. They've also got Dinsi Giai. Apologies if I got that wrong. He's got 19 appearances and 11 assists this year. He also plays for the VPG Singapore team and will be representing Singapore in the upcoming Asia Cup. So that's for ones to watch, who are playing a 4-3-3, I believe. With regards to Manok Gasak, they've got Fifido. He's got 19 appearances and 15 goals this year. And they are playing a 4-1-2-1-2 narrow formation.
And incidentally, a bit late team news for you on ones to watch. They were going to start with Adi Kois, which I think is a come on you Spurs reference at defensive midfielder. He's the late put out due to internet issues, so they've gone with the metal. Is it the metal claw? The metal claw. That sounds very intimidating. He'll be playing central defensive midfield duties. Keep the comments coming on the Facebook page, by the way, particularly if we have server issues. We do like to give you all a mention. I can see Farish Al-Nudin's in the house. Also, Emak Bell, HKS. All the best to Mamak. At the moment, the Malaysians seem to be dominating the Facebook chat on the comments. So remember, we're all about sharing the community here at One Play Sports. It's all about the LSFC. Like, share, follow, comment, and you're part of the party with us, and you're very welcome indeed. We're going to entertain you for the next hour. Just waiting for the signal from the control room to see that the game is ready to start. I think we've got a couple of minutes first, so I'll get your prediction before we go pitch side.
Okay, I went for the unseeded team on Saturday, and that came back to bite me. Thankfully, the seeded team's from Singapore today, so I'm going for the ones to watch who have a very good pedigree in pro clubs. I'm going them for a 3-0 or 4-1 victory over 2 legs.
On aggregate, and over the 2 legs. Just a reminder, again, if you're new, they play home and away. We show you the matches back-to-back, 4 halves, if you like, one after the other. If it's a draw after the 2 legs, away goals do count double. If it's still a tie, they go to golden goal extra time. And if they still can't separate them, we'll go to an AB penalty shootout. But we haven't even had extra time yet. Let's go pitch side. Ones to watch in those famous Napoli shirts. I think they're wearing the white sky blue version. And Manok Gasak will be wearing the blue. I think that's Gamba Osaka. I'm not entirely sure.
I think so too.
Yeah, let's get pitch side then. The first leg is going to be in the virtual stadium in Malaysia as we head pitch side to the Stadium Negeri Sarawak for ones to watch against Manok Gasak in this first leg on match night 3 of the One Play Pro Club Challenge. Wherever you're watching in the world, we hope you are staying safe amidst the COVID-19 crisis. If it's only for an hour, stay with us and we will make you help your cares drift away in the company of Nitin Nambera and myself, and let's hopefully we get a high quality encounter. Manok Gasak, correct, it was Gamba Osaka. They will be in the blue, playing from left to right in this first half. The Napoli colours worn by ones to watch, playing from right to left.
I mean, immediately you look at the 2 formations that these teams are playing. Ones to watch are with a 4-3-3. They'll be playing out wide. Manok Gasak are playing a 4-1-2-1-2 narrow, so they'll be playing very narrow. They need their left back and right backs to bomb forward here for the width.
Here we go, Singapore against Malaysia. To all intents and purposes, it's Singapore in the white, Malaysia in the blue. If you want to keep it simple, it's a rivalry that's stood the test of time. Who will come out on top in this causeway clash tonight, live on One Play Sports? It's going to be Frama Sinquai, one of the star men for ones to watch we talked about. That's good play. Bringing it away is Ramia. There's the flick on, but Shafku wins the ball, but the free kick goes the way of the Malaysians, who started inside the first virtual 5 minutes, and it's in impressively here. They're trying to camp out in the ones to watch half, but it's broken down. Liquid Crow to the left-hand side. Disinque, one of the players that needs in highlights. What a cross that is, and an early chance for Huffy in the middle.
Yes!
And the Singaporeans lead inside 5 minutes.
Crow.
And it's Aguero.
Lakeside Crow.
Lakeside Crow and Aguero.
Fantastic.
Sensational scoring. And Singapore, with their first foray into enemy territory, open the scoring in the 6th minute. Was that Lakeside Crow confirmed?
Yeah, it was confirmed. So now
I thought I saw Aguero come up with the screen, but look at
Oh
that! Oh
my
my word! End to end! They go straight up the other end and through Haina.
Fifino.
They've levelled it up.
Is it Fifino?
I think it was Haina. I'm not sure.
Let's see,
Fifino, let's
check
check.
it out,
It'll
yeah.
get confirmed. We were still busy summarising the previous goal, but that's a defensive mistake, and the Malaysians have pounced. They were all tied up, and
yeah.
it was Fifino. So the two-star strikers have both scored inside the first 8 minutes. What a rip-roaring start to this Causeway clash as Singapore take on Malaysia. Fifino and Lakeside Crow amongst the goals early, and they could be it again in ones to watch. Not a
Good
third
skills.
goal, surely.
Good skills. Get the ball in.
Oh, that should be cleared comfortably enough by the Malaysians. They make a bit of a meal of it. Huffy putting some pressure on Rama.
I tell you what, ones to watch will be very, very disappointed in conceding that goal right after they scored. That's something.
Again, it's just like a real match of football. That was a cheap goal to concede, wasn't it? They didn't have to work for it. You're so using pro club. Oh, that's a lovely ball, and he's onside. DCKI. Oh,
He's
great sliding tackle. Gets it across. The header's there.
Oh, good defending.
And the Malaysians can get it away once more, but not very far. Here's Submarine. Metal claw, a late call up to the team. Huffy on the turn into the area. Lovely skills from Huffy. Look at this. Oh, exhibition football. And an acrobatic clearance from Manok Gasak to get it away. But they're coming again now. Ones to watch. Woken up by the concession of that immediate equaliser after Lakeside Crow had given them an early lead. Remember, away goals count double here, so it's still advantage Singapore, but this is closer, I think, than they thought it would be. Is he offside there? No, the flag stays down.
He's on.
Oh, and Lakeside Crow's onside as
That's
well!
it.
And the Singaporeans retake the lead with Huffy, the right forward. And surely now Malaysia won't get up the other end and score again. It doesn't get any simpler than that in pro club terms.
Yeah, for sure. A great play down the wing. Dragged it back for his teammate who was there to tap it into an empty net. I'm telling you, it's been a fantastic start for ones to watch. They'll need to be careful defensively, but offensively they look like a machine at this point. Really, really impressed with their attacking play so far.
So just inside the first 20 minutes, and we've already had 3 goals, 2 of them to Singapore and 1 for Malaysia. Here's Submarine. The metal claw, he's had an impact, hasn't he? Bearing in mind half an hour ago, he wasn't even supposed to be out there on the virtual pitch in the first leg. Lovely first time pass down the left-hand side. And Dinsikia again, just can't find him. Bit of defensive mix. There was a defensive mix-up there. The Malaysians are living dangerously. They can't afford to concede the 3rd goal before half-time, and they'll be able to alleviate the pressure there as they win the free kick as we pass the halfway mark in the first half. And it's Manok Gasak 1.
Oh, what has he done there?
Goodness gracious me, Lakeside Crow's in. Can he get the shot away? Lakeside Crow, still Lakeside Crow! It's hit the corner of the stanchion.
Side netting.
I think that might have hit the corner of the post.
What was that? Why would you give the ball away there? Crazy, crazy play.
Up it goes. Well, this has been dramatic stuff. End-to-end action. But when I say end-to-end, predominantly the end of Manok Gasak, which is under siege at the moment. They've got to try and hold out till half-time. And can they possibly equalise again? Defensively, these aren't the best performances he's seen so far in this 2020 One Play Pro Club Challenge. But going forward, they both look quite sharp. Huffy with the touch, gets it across. And very nearly Lakeside Crow pounced again. Here's Sharman Shah.
Telling you, 28 minutes into this match, and I can say for a fact that the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow is not working at this point. I think Manok Gasak have got to change the formation here. They're being totally outplayed. And
that's something they can't do until half-time. Can they do it at full time?
I think the manager can do it right now, but that would mean that he would lose concentration for a few seconds while changing the tactics. So I don't think they'll adjust till half-time.
Player manager is Akmal Akim for Manok Gasak. This is better from them. They've just got to try and calm down the flags up. That's offside. Good call from the assistant referee. Do we ever get any botch calls from the assistant referees in FIFA?
I have scored goals where I felt I was onside, but they never show me the replays. I think they're good at covering themselves.
No VAR on FIFA, thank goodness, so much so far. Here's Shafiku. Look at the space they've got on this left-hand side if they can get the ball there, but they've given up possession. It's been played at a frantic pace. And, you know, it's just like a real Malaysia-Singapore clash. It's blood and thunder, isn't it, going at full tilt here.
Yeah, both teams are going at it 100%. But again, I think the formation needs to change for Manok Gasak. It's not really working out for them.
Offside again. I suppose the best thing you can say about Manok Gasak is at least they've scored one and they're only one down, but certainly ones to watch look sharp.
Oh, again!
Giving it away again. Here's Huffy through the middle to Lakeside Crow. Lakeside Crow into the area. And that's good covering.
Faiz.
Defensive work from Faiz.
Oh, they're in!
Could this be 2-2?
It is, it will be.
Oh, my word! Two defensive horror shows from Singapore, and the ones to watch have tossed up the lead again. You cannot give Manok Gasak easy pickings like that. And it's Fido with his second of the game right before half-time. And we're tied at 2 apiece. And already Nitton's prediction.
There's lots of goals here, but what I can say is, ones to watch have been the masters of their own downfall here. Absolutely shocking defending, I have to say, from them. Overall, their play has been fantastic, but defensively, very, very, very poor.
Well, this game is set up so nicely, hasn't it? The one positive for ones to watch is they've already got the 2 away goals, so they've got the advantage, if you like. If it was a tennis game, it wouldn't be juice, it'll be advantage Singapore, but there's a fair few sets to be played yet. There's still the second half of this leg to come, and then the entire second leg. You won't miss a kick here on One Play Sports, live from the One Play Sports eSports Spectrum on a Tuesday night with the local time. Now, just coming up to 11:15. A warm welcome if you're with us for the first time. Keep the comments coming in on the Facebook page. Lovely.
Oh, they're through again!
Oh, can't be 3-2 surely.
Oh,
What a covering bit of defensive work that was. As Huffy brings it away. He's been a very busy bee, Huffy, end-to-end, box-to-box type of player. Here's the Metal Claw. He's also impressed. But again, they've given it up. Commentators curse. Just as they say, that Metal Claw coughs it up. And could they be in again here? It's Fido, but he's gone down. Oh, I thought he'd gone down for a foul there. If it had been a foul, he'd have been in danger.
That was the manager there, Mirtilos.
Of picking up a card, yes, the Australian Martillos. Or the Italian, I should say, the Italian influence of Martillos on the Singapore team. Like real football as well, when they have the foreign talent program in the esports arena as well, Singapore. Nice challenge from Jabrick as we get to half-time. And, well, breathless stuff. It's flown by those 45 minutes, well, 3 virtual minutes.
That's been very exciting. What I'll say is ones to watch have been excellent going forward. Absolutely horrendous at the back. Manok Gasak will be absolutely thrilled at going into this 2-2 at the break.
Well, you've answered the question I was going to ask you. The happier of the two managers, no
For
question.
sure.
Aknor Akim of Manok Gasak. Story of that half. You can see the 2 goals for Singapore, the first and the third goal in the match. Lakeside Crow early on, then Huffy. And in between that, sandwiched in between that, was an immediate equaliser from Fido, who went on to get a second. And you look at the match ratings down the card. I wonder what Fido's match rating is going to be, bearing in mind he's already scored 2. Lakeside Crow, top rating for ones to watch with 9.
8.9, I saw. Fido's at 8.9.
Fido 8.9. So it's set up nicely, this.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got to think the way this game is going, they're going to have to score again in this leg, Manok Gasak. You wouldn't fancy them when they have to go to Singapore in the second leg without having some kind of advantage.
For sure, they've got to they've got to win this game basically, because playing away, the game sometimes some things don't go your way, and you know you could easily lose a game.
Yeah, just like a normal competition where there's seeded teams, it's the seeded team at home in the second leg. So here, one's to watch the away side in the right, playing from left to right. So Liquid Crow, has he won the free kick on the edge of the area? He has now. We haven't seen any spectacular free kicks so far. Dinsikwe is over this. It's a prime piece of real estate. Can the Singaporeans retake the lead 3 minutes in to the second half?
Top right corner. Does he find it?
Oh, what a save! The save of the tournament so far from the Black Wolf in between the sticks of Manok Gasak. First quarter of the game. It's gone to ones to watch.
You haven't seen a set piece goal, so have you?
No goals from corners either, and there's not going to be one there as the Malaysians managed to get it away. Well, this is gripping stuff. You'd have to say, quality-wise, from both ends of the pitch, it's not been the best we've seen so far, but it's certainly been the most entertaining first leg we've had in this competition. I remember the Daruma Pro Club took the lead against the Royal Cavaliers early in their first leg before going down 3-1 on aggregate. That was exciting, but nothing like this. 4 goals already, and the good news is there's still nearly 2.5 whole halves of football still to come tonight live on One Play. Here's Huffy.
From what I can see, I think Manok Gasak have not changed the formation. They're still playing a 4-1-2-1-2 narrow.
They didn't listen to you, Nitin. Why do they not listen to you? They think you're a Singaporean trying to steer them wrong.
Yeah, perhaps, but you know, if they do end up winning the game, I'll be wrong. But from my experience playing with teams that use wingers a lot, You've got to have a left mid, right mid backing up your left back and right backs.
Well, I wonder if they'll change that for the second leg. Meanwhile, it's ones to watch with the possession advantage here and certainly the territorial advantage, but they've not really, save for that free kick set piece, turned it into an opportunity so far through the first 10 minutes. What a save that was, by the way, from
good
the Black
interception
Wolf.
there.
Singapore are away again. There's Weird, Metal Claw, gets it back to Matilas, the player manager. With the
Good
Italian
ball.
influence, and look at that Italian influence sleeping through this move. Dinsuke, can he find the man in the middle? Can he keep the ball in? He can keep the ball in, but he can't find the man
They've
in the
got
middle.
it. Oh, they don't.
Nitin,
Very, very close.
shamelessly wearing his colours on his sleeve here. How about some unbiased commentary, Nitin Nambiar?
Hey,
We've got
it was an
Malaysian fans
accident.
as well.
Yeah,
Over
I
the
know,
top.
I know. Hey, my dad's Malaysian, so don't worry. I'm not anti-Malaysia. I'm just supporting Singapore today.
Just today.
No comment.
Unsung hero. That's a bit like Nitin, isn't it? Unsung hero. Here's Liquid Crow. Liquid Crow's got some space to operate
Good
here.
ball.
A delightful ball through to Dincy Cry. Here's Huffy.
Gotta wait for support, bro.
Ah, Huffy. They've won the corner, though. A defensive mix-up by Manok Gasak, and it gives the Singaporeans their second corner of this second half.
Manok Gasak have definitely changed something. They're a lot more composed in this half for sure.
And it comes
Oh!
in! And that was goal. I'm
Penalty.
telling you, penalty for handball, was it? Well, the penalty's been given.
I think the player who took the shot got slipped.
We've seen one Paneka penalty scored, and this
Oh,
save!
Black
The Black
Wolf!
Wolf has done it again!
The Black Wolf!
The Black Wolf is hungry like a wolf to try and help the Malaysians get through here. Well, what a fine penalty save. That's one sensational free kick save, and now a penalty save from the Black Wolf after the handball penalty. Here's Fifido. This is absorbing stuff. Can the Malaysians nick one on the counter? They've hardly had a sniff in this second stanza. They've shown, though, that they can make it count when they get forward. That ball's a loose one, though. And Weird will bring it away. Over on the far side, Dinsuke.
Oh, great ball.
Lovely ball, and Huffy's gathered this. There was a tug on the shirt, but Huffy plays on, and still Sama manages to keep it. Look at the delightful back leg.
good!
Surely!
Oh, my
He's missed it! Dinsuke Aya. It looked harder to miss than it was to score.
The Singapore VPG International just couldn't find the back of the net there.
You
I'm
expect,
sure he'll be more disappointed than us for sure.
you expect players of that level.
Oh
to
my
finish
God,
those games.
again!
They're giving it up. Fifido's in. The Malaysians can't lead, can they? Surely. No! Yes!
Oh my
Malaysia
God,
have come from behind twice, and now they lead 3-2. And
Amazing
boy,
stuff.
oh boy, hold the back page of the Straits Times in Singapore and Straits Times in Malaysia. It's game on here on One Play Sports.
If you saw that replay,
Is that the Fifido hat-trick?
yep, Fifido waited for the keeper to take a step to the right, and then he curled it with finesse into the corner. Fantastic patience, fantastic finishing by Fifido. He's got his hat-trick today, well deserved.
Well, Fifido, the first hat-trick of the competition. Inside 70 minutes, he scored it as well. And all of a sudden, with only 18 minutes and change to go in this one, you just have to wonder how absorbing the second leg's going to be. You won't miss a trick. Stick with us here. On the One Play Network, the Black Wolves at it again. Talk about the man of the match performance. Fifido and Black Wolf. Toss a coin, pays your money, takes your choice. Liquid Crow. Can Singapore level it up? Surely not a 3-3. Surely not a 3-3.
Oh my
The
God,
Black
Black
Wolves
Wolf.
done it again. Here's Matilos. The Singaporeans don't know whether it's spring or summer. They're all over the shop all of a sudden. They've got to keep their composure. This tie is far from over, but yet again they cough it up. Here's FF Rama. FF Rama, that was a wild challenge that came in from the Singaporeans, and look at that, the ones to watch dominating possession, but the only stat that matters is the one just above that possession stat, and it shows the Malaysians leading by 3-2. As it stands, a 1-0 win in the return leg would be enough for ones to watch, but the way they're defending, you wouldn't bet on them keeping a clean sheet in Singapore, and they can't afford to be 4-2 down. Going into that second leg, and the flag was up, they won't be.
I see them conceding. Hey, if you think about it, we've had 2 hat-tricks today. We've had a hat-trick of goals from Fido, and we'd have a hat-trick of saves from Black Wolf.
I like what you've
The
done
free
there.
kick, the penalty, and
When he
that
came
last
up from that
chance we
corner.
had earlier. Fantastic.
Cross is a good one. It's just the 3-3. I'm not sure that was going out for a corner. It must have been. He wasn't taking a chance, and they belt it clear. Now, can they play out this virtual final 7 minutes? Manok Gasak can take a crucial 3-2 lead to Singapore.
Great
They're just
play.
panicking, aren't they, ones to watch at the moment? They're rattled. The Malaysians have got them at it, and I can see beads of sweat running down the brow of Nitin Nambiar, the committed
Nah,
Singaporean
That's
sitting
the
next to me.
lights. That's the lights. It's quite hot here.
Your bottle's
But-
going.
I do believe Manok Gasak will be really happy with his result. No doubt.
Here's Densiki. Nice cross, Densiki. Can they get it away, the Malaysians? They can. It's last chance saloon for the Singaporeans in terms of this first leg now. Are we going to go to the return leg? With
Oh,
the
he's got one more chance.
Oh, my word! Densiki, with one of the last quips of the game, has laid it 3 each. And the Malaysians' hearts are broken. And we're going to go to Singapore with this game locked 3-all.
The VPG international Singapore team player, Din Sigai, gets the last-minute equalizer for his team.
Well,
you can write this stuff.
Everyone loving this on the Facebook chat. Don't forget to LSFC, like, share, follow and comment. Everyone enjoying the action. You can contact us at studio@oneplaysports.com if you've got a question for Nitin Ambier relating to esports. He is the king of esports here at One Play Sports. Just the 2 minutes of time to be added on, and we are going to the second leg after a thrilling end-to-end 3-all encounter where the Singaporeans will be kicking themselves. They don't take more of an advantage than the advantage they do take, which of course is they are leading by virtue of away goals. So a 0-0, a 1-1 or a 2-2 still sees them through. Realistically, the Malaysians now have got to win this second leg.
I think both teams will be happy with this result. Once to watch, because they've got their 3 goals, they'll be extremely disappointed that they conceded the way they did. With regards to Manok Gasak, they were down. They were out throughout the whole match,
now,
basically.
I'm wondering, you know, from the initial team lineups we were given half an hour before kickoff, we knew that Metal Claw was in for Adi Kois.
Yep.
I saw Unsung Hero out there as well. That was another player that was scheduled to play the second leg, ended up playing the first. I wonder if they've had some connection issues getting the teams together, the Singaporean, and maybe that's taken its toll on them, that they weren't expecting to play that 11.
Yeah, you do have occasions where your network is down at home, you know, and then you call the network company, they say we'll come and fix it tomorrow, and you're immediately out of the game tonight. So things like that happen, but the team have got to be able to negate these problems.
Let's get pitch side. Before I do, very quickly, great post on Facebook from Mulali Ramasay. Says, thank you, One Play. You've made me realise I don't need the EPL package anymore with my TV pay provider.
Hey,
so join us at One
Mulali.
Play. Who needs English Premier League football when you've got One Play Sports? There's some really nice comments coming in, and keep them coming in, folks, as we get set to bring you the second leg. Let's go back to the studio. I think we've had some kind of delay. There was another note here. Yeah. Everyone, I think, really enjoying the chance to enjoy this Causeway rivalry, live sport, live esports throughout this COVID-19. And you will notice that Nitin and myself are social distancing. There's been no touching whatsoever going on between us. I'm sure you'll be relieved to know. Prediction for this second leg. Your overall prediction's already gone out the window. It was out the window after about 10 minutes of the match. What's your prediction now? 3-3 after the first leg. What happens in the second?
I think Ones to Watch will sort out their defensive issues and they will emerge victorious. I think the second leg will go 3-1 to Ones to Watch. That's my prediction.
I tell you what, Black Wolf has got a big fan club following there.
Mad respect to Black Wolf. He was amazing in that game. 3 saves that stood out: the free kick, the penalty, and the one right at the that corner save was
very
amazing.
quickly, while we've got this brief time, talk us through the role the goalkeeper plays and how you pick which side. Is it just a guessing game on FIFA, like the real thing?
Again, if you saw one of the goals that Manok Gasak scored earlier, the keeper for Ones to Watch, Ning basically took a step to his right, giving the left side of the goal complete space, and the striker was able to finesse it into the corner. What Black Wolf hasn't done is he's basically stood straight all the way, waiting for his opponent to pick a side and then diving, which is very hard to do, and you have to be very composed to do that. So that's the main point that I feel like Black Wolf has been amazing in this match.
What's happening with this brief delay for the second game? Do you think there have been some changes? Was it a connection issue?
Maybe the managers just want to clarify who's playing where. Which team are we watching here? Wants to Watch, right?
Yeah,
Wants to Watch. So maybe changing some defenders. I think defensively they were poor. Which defender? Mirtolos was really slow on the turn, and I think
he's the player manager.
I know, but his player was slow on the turn. But Manok Gasak will be looking to exploit that again for sure. So plenty of tinkering to be done. Let's not rush them. It is a big tournament after all.
They've changed the colours of their shirts as well by the look of it. They'll be playing the home Napoli kit, as you'd expect them when they're the home team. I'm just going through some great stuff, by the way. If you are new to the One Play Sports Facebook page, have a look at the other stuff. Great content from India. Of course, from here in Singapore, One Play Gold. I'm just going some of the notes here. Roy Wilmer Yee goes, keep up the good work, lads. Pro clubs has huge potential to rival any e-sport.
I agree.
Couldn't agree more, Roy. You're spot on there. Everyone's loving the Black Wolf. And again, just a lot of love being given. You can be critical as well. Nitin, for one, takes criticism very badly, but I'm okay with it. So if you want to slag me off, feel free.
Nice.
But be gentle with Nitin. And please don't mention the shirts. He gets very upset if you mention the shirts.
I'll mention your shirt this time. You know, you've been in a blue shirt 3 times now.
Blue's my lucky colour. What can I say?
Just saying. Write in the comments. Let him know.
Any changes you think going to be made by Manok Gasak? You talked about ones to watch and maybe the centre-back. Is there anything they can do? We were told before the game that they were going to play the same starting 11 in the second leg as they would the first. I mean, they've just got their game plan's got to be simple. Get the ball to Fido. If he gets the ball, 30 yards from goal, he's got it 3 times so far in the game, and he's scored every time he's been in the final third.
Yeah, 22 appearances, 18 goals for him now. He was the one who mainly got behind Mirtolos in that game. So Mirtolos has to do a better job of watching the timing of the run from Fifido, who has excellent timing. So Mirtolos perhaps needs to play a bit deeper in this match. Maybe not play the high offside line as much as they did in the first leg.
We wait for the start of this second leg. A reminder, we're back with you on Thursday, every Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday. It's an all-tie encounter for you on Thursday night. Same time, same place, 11 p.m. Singapore time. That's GMT +8. Hyenas against Pig Fight Knife.
Pig Fight Knife.
I love Pig Fight Knife.
It's my favourite team name, I have to say. I know yours is Cat Nino, but
I think Pig Fight Knife is quite good as well.
Knife.
Where on earth has that come from? So far we've got a Vietnamese team through, a Thai team through. It's either going to be a Singapore or Malaysian team through here. So whatever happens, 3 games in, we've got 3 countries with at least 1 team through. The only country that won't have a team through so far after 3 matches is the country who loses this one.
Yep. Plenty of stake in the second leg. I think both of these sides know it. Ones to watch will be very disappointed with how they conceded in the previous match, but overall, I do believe they'll be confident going into the second leg and getting the win.
Halim bin Jamahat says the shirt is very nice.
Hey Halim,
he says.
Thank you, bro. Respect to you.
And yes, is he one of your friends? It tends to be your friends that say nice things about you on here.
Halim is my friend.
Is he really?
Yeah, as in we met. He's part of the VPG crew as well.
Oh, marvellous.
Yeah.
Without VPG crew, we'd be lost without them. The organisation of tournaments is absolutely sensational. Yusuf spends hours with us during the day going through the lineups. Yeah. And all the teams as well. If you're watching one of the teams, I know Maximus have been watching all the match nights so far, they've been brilliantly committed as well. And I just want to emphasise that this could not work unless 1, VPG were brilliant with organisation, and 2, the teams were really proactive and helpful in getting us their information. They've been sending us photographs, all about them, where they come from. We all know that the players today from Manok Gasak are from Sabah and Sarawak. And I, for one, as someone new to this sport and community, if you like, are just flabbergasted. You've got these teams made up of players from all over their country. Some of them will have probably never met each other in real life, yet here they are as teammates, standing shoulder to shoulder in one of the biggest sporting rivalries that Southeast Asia has to offer.
Yeah, that's one thing that I think most pro club players, we don't understand, is why EA doesn't push the pro clubs platform more. They like the FUT platform, a platform that gains them a lot of money.
Now, is there some skullduggery going on there? What on earth were ones to watch waiting for before they invited their opponents? Because it seemed to be a very long delay. I'm just wondering whether they're waiting. I think mind games, and also waiting for one of those players that didn't make it onto the pitch for the first game to be ready for the second. So we'll have a steward's inquiry into that a little later on. But it does look now that we're ready to see Manok Gasak try and get the better of ones to watch. It would still be at 3-3, even though we saw a 3-3. It's still going to be a huge shock if the Malaysians go through, isn't it?
Yeah, ones to watch were dominant in that half. Manok Gasak scored when they were presented opportunities, basically. So it'll be a huge shock to see a seeded team go out early on, but anything's possible in FIFA.
Countdown is on. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's Pro Club. Ones to watch of Singapore, and they're still wearing the white shirts, I think. Yeah, they're going to keep the same colours by the looks of things here.
That works for me.
It does work. It makes the commentators a lot easier as you get the final loading page of FIFA, which is a game and a community, the esports FIFA community, that have taken the world by storm with all the regular sporting events cancelled. There's tournaments going on all over the world, but we are running the best tournament you'll see in Asia. And the only place anywhere on earth tonight that you'll see Singapore taking on Malaysia in a professional sporting arena is here.
Right here.
So,
kick off.
Yeah, we kick off. It's the ones to watch in the white and Manok Gasak in the blue. Remember, away goals count here, so unless it's a 3-3 draw in the second leg, we will not be going to extra time and penalties. There on the right-hand side, there's Manok Gasak, give it straight to Weird. And now here is the impressive Dinsiki, Nickside Crow, and they've given up a corner inside the first 4 minutes. Ones to watch, desperately trying to score first here to take the outright lead over the 2 legs. Corner delivery's not been the best in the teams we've seen so far.
They usually go for the flick-ons.
Yeah, they tried something. I've noticed in the 1v1 format, short corners seem to be the order of the day, but you don't see them so much seemingly in the One Play Pro Club Challenge so far this season. Here's Submarine. Gets it to Huffy. What a half he had, the second half in that game in Malaysia. As he
wants to watch immediately, starting on the front foot where they left off the second leg.
Space for Samarada. Lickside Crub is through. Crucial challenge there, just did enough to put him off.
I tell you what, Dinsi Gyai got himself into a really, really good position there, just couldn't be found, unfortunately.
Here's Fifido, a hat-trick for Fifido. Inside 70 minutes in the first leg. Here's Weird, Submariner. Liquid Crow, lovely ball through, very nearly. Very nearly found in Sequi there. But Manok Gasak have managed to get it away, and no question, they're looking for Fifido, and they found Fifido. Going to go down again. Is that a foul on the edge of the area? Is it a penalty or right on the edge?
Free kick, I think.
Right on the edge of the area, this. Now, we saw a sensational save from Blackwall from a set piece taken by Ones to watch in the first half. Can Nink return the favour? They've gone short, and they've wasted it. That was centimetres away from being a penalty knitting.
Yeah, just what I was talking to you at halftime about. Miltolos again being shown a clean pair of boots by Fifido. So I think they've got to play a much lower line here. If not, they're going to be in trouble at the back. Oh, beautiful! Oh my God!
The goal of the tie so far.
What a back heel!
And it's scored by Huffy.
Fantastic.
Ones to watch take the lead on the night and over the 2 legs with a 14th minute goal from Huffy. One in the first leg and now one in the second.
I think it was Marry Me Elsa who scored.
Sorry?
I think it was Marry Me Elsa who scored. I saw his
thought
name.
it was Huffy, I think.
I will check it out later.
We'll check it out later. We'll get confirmation. Maybe Yusuf is looking. It was Marry Me Elsa, that's confirmed, correct?
Correct.
Good spot knitted, Marry Me Elsa, who wasn't actually on the field
in the first game. Making the difference here, exactly what his manager would have wanted.
No, there's some confusion here. Huffy is actually wearing Marry Me Elsa's jersey, I'm being told. That's what it is.
Ooh, that's weird.
But maybe Huffy does want to marry Elsa. Maybe that's the message he's sending. Maybe we've got the first ever one play Pro Club Challenge marriage proposal. He's done it he sealed it not with a kiss, but with a goal.
That's fantastic.
And they're in again. This could be game, set, match, but good defending. I think Huffy is actually, can we get confirmation, if you're watching Elsa, has someone just asked you to marry them, or have we spoilt the surprise?
Please let us know. That'd be very interesting.
Dinsiki I'm actually trying to get to grips with the comments here. Don't seem to be loading on my laptop at the moment.
Huffy out wide on the right.
Look at the space he's got
finds
here.
Lickside Crow.
Lickside Crow. Lickside Crow inside. Oh, lovely challenge
by SHB.
Lovely challenge.
I tell you what, the Manok Gasak defenders have got to be given credit. They've done a good job overall, despite all the pressure they've been under. They still managed to keep their shape and create give the opponents as little space as possible.
Here's Metal Claw to Mertilios. The fate of Elsa's marriage proposal remains up in the air. At the moment, this game just about remains up in the air, but it's very much advantage Singapore. One more game and you can book.
Half's through!
One more goal and you can book. Ones to watch place in the final here.
Huffy at time there. Just a little bit more composure.
To Orpash. Here's Huffy again. Oh, he's controlled this game brilliantly, Huffy. Now Lickside Crow. Lickside Crow gets it back into the area to Submariner. Submariner, Metal Claw, they're bossing this now, Singapore. Weird, space on the edge of the area where they pull the trigger. Then CKI tries the trickery and very nearly won a corner out of it. With half an hour gone, Singapore leading 1-0 on the night, 4-3 in aggregate. Ones to watch, the seeded team just at the moment. Edging out.
Fifido made a good run again there, but wasn't found, unlucky.
I think your friend Halam bin Jumahat is telling me that Elsa's actually a character in the children's movie Frozen, but that concerns me. Why would you want to marry a cartoon character? I know you gamers are into all kinds of weird stuff, but that's even a stretch by anyone's standards.
We are a weird bunch. It's fine. Can marry whoever we want.
Unsung hero. Not entirely true, Nathan, I'm afraid.
No,
to
no,
tell
that's
you.
true. Yeah, I know that. You know what I mean.
Don't be asking me anytime soon, pal. Here's Weird.
I won't.
Here's
Don't worry.
Dinsikai. Lickside Crow. Lickside Crow!
Left
Just past the left-hand post of the Black Wolf, and that would have been game over.
That would have been game over. And from what I can see, I'm telling you, looks like Wants to Watch have sorted out their defensive
They
issues.
have, haven't they?
And
I wonder whether that was to do with the long delay in getting this second game started, whether I'm sure Murtios was reading them the riot act on the various chats.
maybe.
Lots of people from Malaysia cheering on Manok Gasak on Facebook. Let's go, the Italian stallion.
I think it's pretty clear here what Manok Gasak's game plan here is to play it quickly and find Fifido making excellent runs in behind. And
Yeah.
if they continue doing that, they will score a goal.
The trouble is they've only got the ball to Fifido once in the first 41 minutes of this game. And by the way, it looks like Murtios, the manager of Ones to Watch, his nickname is the Italian Stallion. You've got the Rocky T-shirt on. He was the Italian Stallion, wasn't he?
It's meant
Lickside
to be.
Crow. Lickside Crow, that was good, strong defending from Manok Gasak, and they get it away as we approach half-time in this second leg. A second leg that's so far going the way of Singapore.
Oh, good
After a 3-2
ball!
draw in the first leg, they still can't get the second goal they need in this match to put it to bed. And at 1-0, fourth here in aggregate, it's still a slightly dangerous lead with a player like Fifido ready to pounce at any moment. Look at the skills offside.
You know, it says a lot when a player like Hafi is playing out wide right and he's having such an influence on the game. It just shows you how good how much quality he has in his play, controlling the game from right midfield.
Huffy with the throw. Ulpeish. Huffy, the scorer of the goal,
Just when I say that, gets tackled.
gives it up at half-time. Singapore go into the break with a 14th minute goal from Huffy. The difference between the two sides on the night and overall on the tie after that 3-3 draw in Malaysia. It's 1-0 now in Singapore. You can see they're using the stadium of Leicester City to hopefully see them over the line here. Is there any way back in this tie for the Malaysians? Bearing in mind, they can score 2 goals without reply in the second half. They'll sneak through, but they just can't see it, can you?
Exactly. If you're watching the game, you're thinking Wants to Watch are true and it'll be easy, but it's just 1-0 at the moment and anything can happen in FIFA. All it needs is a little tweak from the manager for Manok Gasak, and if they get a goal, the game's open again.
64% possession, you can see there on the possession stats. They've dominated possession as they did in the first leg, and I suppose crucially they've got the lead at half-time in this second leg as well, which they didn't have in the first leg. Looking at the formation, there are no real changes. They're playing the 4-3-3. Are they going defensive now, the Singaporeans, just trying to shore this game up, maybe not be too adventurous? Because you could argue, when they lined up at the start of that first leg, they both looked like they were chomping at the bit to throw 6 players forward, and that's why we saw so many goals.
Yeah, a bit too much excitement in that first game. Both teams wanted to show how good they were and ended up leaving lots of space out behind. So we've seen a much more conservative match in the second leg.
They've given it away to Dinsei Kai straight at the start of the second half. Lickside Crow beats one. Lickside Crow gets it back to Dinsei Kai. Twists and turns inside, gets the shot away, and it's deflected out for a corner. If you're just joining us, it's the second half of the second leg in the Match Night 3 One Play Pro Club Challenge. Ones to Watch of Singapore in the white, playing from right to left in this second half. Manok Gasak of Malaysia playing from left to right.
The Italian stallion there. So close to getting his side through to the next
I
round.
don't think we've seen a centre-back score in this competition so
Nah,
far.
we haven't.
Because it tends to come only from set pieces, doesn't it? We haven't had a set-piece goal yet. Here is, well, we have had a penalty goal, actually. The Paneka penalty scored right at the end by Alexis in the game between To The Moon and Kita Kita.
We saw Myrtleros at fault for, I think, 1 or 2 goals in that first leg.
Let's not have any lag or server issues. Fingers crossed. We don't want a controversial finish to this game that's been so entertaining. Here's Liquid Crow. They still hunt the second goal on the night, Singapore, to put this to bed. Can they find Fifido, the Malaysians? They're desperate to try and do so. But Singapore now, having been punished 3 times in the first leg, seem alive to that plan. Dinsei Kai inside to Weird. Here's Metal Claw. Back to Weird. Back to Dinsei Kai. Singapore playing it all over the park. Lickside Crow, and good defensive work in the end. Was that Akmal Hakim? I think it may have been.
Again, the use of the width here has been the main difference between the two sides. I think the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow has worked for Manok Gasak at times, but I think overall they need a formation which employs a bit more width.
Lickside Crow, good work from Akmal Hakim. He's had a good second leg as the centre-back for Manok Gasak. He's going to have to do some more work here, though, because Lickside
He's on.
Crow tries to get it to...
Oh, good defending. Who's that?
It was Dinsinki, I think, that was coming through. Might have been Akmal Hakim again.
Super stuff.
He's having a very strong defensive showing. They've got to get the ball up the other end of the half. It's not last chance saloon yet for Manok Gasak, but it's not a million miles away from it. I can tell you, if the game was decided by the supporters on the Facebook comments page, the Malaysians will be winning this 10-0. Come on, let's hear the Singaporeans' voice, please. Make sure you LSFC on the One Play Sports Facebook page. Like,
Share.
follow, share, get them the right way around.
Like, share, follow, comment. LSFC, right?
Yeah,
You said
LSFC.
follow second.
Just checking you're awake.
Yeah.
I thought you drifted off there for a minute. Like, share, follow, comment. Thank you, Knitted.
No problem.
That's Paish. Here's Submariner. He's played a really good holding role for the ones to watch over both legs. Lickside Crow. Oh, look at that from Lickside Crow. He's left the Malaysians for dead.
And they've got it!
Yes,
they go!
Set, match, and it's Huffy again. Surely Elsa will marry him now. He's got a second on the night, and Singapore lead 5-3 on aggregate. You can stick a fork in this one, it's done. The Malaysians are going to be sent backpacking back across the virtual causeway, and ones to watch to become the first Singaporean team into the round of 16.
It'll be a well-deserved victory as well. And I have to say, we spoke about Hafi in the first half, how he's controlling things from right midfield of all positions. And he's been absolutely outstanding today. 2 goals to take his team through to the next round. He'll be thrilled.
Another one coming is there, Lickside Crow. Oh, they're putting on exhibition
One
stuff
more.
now. It's Olay, Olay, Olay. We want 3, shouts the Singaporean crowd. It won't be this time, but you get the feeling it's coming. Surely the Malaysians' heads are going to drop in this situation, Knitted.
No, there's still time. You know, if they get the 2 goals,
They've got to score 3 now, mate. Otherwise,
Yeah,
they'll go out on away goals.
that's the problem. But you know, they're most likely knocked out of the competition. But
It's the first touch for Fifido in that second half. That's been their problem, isn't it, in this
they
second
haven't found
leg?
him at all.
They haven't found him at all. He's
Yeah.
found it much harder on the road, Fifido.
And that's credit to the ones to watch defenders as well. They've done an excellent job in the second leg.
Profound with a shot from a mile out.
Save.
Well gathered. Well, that was good keeping from Nink because he's had hardly anything to do in this second leg.
Yep. Not even the Black Wolf could stop ones to watch.
Yeah, Black Wolf had a great first game. There's not really much he's done wrong here, but he's not been able to do much right either. That was a very robust challenge that was allowed to pass by the referee.
That's fine.
Oh, Metal Claw stops it getting to Fifido, and the Singaporeans have numbers forward here. Dinsinki looking left, looking right. They've closed back down well, Manok Gasak, but Singapore just bossing this now. Dinsinki, Lickside Crow.
Great movement though. The interchange of passing and the movement after has been exemplary here from ones to watch.
Here's Fifido having to drop really deep, and even he's not a magical enough man to go coast to coast in this high quality level of competition. I mean, that's virtually impossible to do in pro club, isn't it? Take the ball from inside your own half and score.
Nah, someone will wipe you out sooner or later.
Well, let's see if anyone...
They're not getting that far.
It's not happening, is it? Look at the space here, though. Huffy on a hat-trick, remember. Lickside Crow. Lickside Crow. Can Huffy get his third? Lickside Crow to Huffy!
Huffy!
Marry him and have his children. Huffy now has got his third. Singapore in cruise control. Ones to watch 3. Manok Gasak 0 on the night. 6-3 on aggregate. And they'll be dancing on the streets of Clarke Quay tonight if only it wasn't for COVID-19.
Yeah, unfortunately, Huffy's been absolutely brilliant in the second leg. 3 goals, 3 excellent finishes. You know it's not easy to score past the Black Wolf, and he's done it 3 times in a... Excellent.
Good work from unsung hero, who's been a very much sung hero today. Lickside Crow, look at the doff there. Can they get on the end of it? Huffy again. Well, he's a man of the match, plus. It's Huffy today. The hat-trick was a thing of beauty. And let's give credit as well to Lickside Crow, who I think deliberately tried to find him out to get the hat-trick. Now, Lickside Crow, can he get one? It's deflected behind for a corner. That was very selfless play, wasn't it, by Lickside Crow to let Huffy get the hat-trick?
That's what you need from your number 9 when you play a 4-3-3 sometimes, because he's up front alone. He's got to be the hold-up guy. He's got to play other players in, and that's what he's done perfectly
And I
today.
think that's the key to ones to watch. Another chance comes in. Off!
Oh!
Keeper nearly spilt that, the Black Wolf. That would have been hard luck for him to make a mistake after being such a star in the first game. Did the Singaporeans fancy a 4th here?
Oh,
Huffy is going to be a marked man moving forward in this tournament, isn't he? In that
yeah,
round of 16.
and anyone who starts is going to be a marked man. But the thing about...
Oh! He's onside. Can they get a consolation later on? Oh, what a save from Nink. Well, Nink now, his turn to be a hero between the sticks. The danger's not gone yet.
Well done, man. Really good save. You know, you've done nothing the whole match. You've had to keep concentrated throughout, and he's done excellent there.
But are they going to get punished on the break? The Malaysians have thrown numbers forward. Huffy, he can't get 4 in one game, can he? He can't get 4 in one game, can he?
You
He
beauty.
can't get 4-1. Oh, he should have gone for goal. The only time it's gone wrong for Huffy is when he's tried to pass it to another player. Just the 2 minutes of time to be added on. Huffy tries to find the player on this near side, but it's headed away by Saudi.
2 minutes of added time, and we're like, oh, we're almost through here.
That'll be that. Well, Singapore's
well played to
ones to watch have gone through. 3-0 on the night, 6-0 in aggregate. And there's the hero. Huffy gets the match ball. He's got Ice Hubby on the back of his shirt now, and he certainly is the
Huffy.
Iceman.
Yeah, he made it Elsa, and he became the Ice what? What were you saying on his back? What did he have?
Iceman.
Iceman on his back? Oh, nice.
I think
Maybe he really made it
Ice
Elsa.
Huffy.
Ice Huffy.
And let's go through the stats because these are going to be
Every day
impressive.
is cheat day.
Every day is cheat day on the right wing.
Hey,
I think that there's been some skullduggery with the names today. I think we're going to have to be a little bit stricter on the names. They've been trying to throw us curveballs by changing their names. It's not allowed. You've got to stick to your team sheet.
Yes, please.
The names given. Give us a break, will
We
you?
get confused, yeah.
Can we get some more of these stats in? Certainly, hoping we're going to get a chance to see the highlights at least. Certainly that Huffy hat-trick. We had a hat-trick in the first leg for Fifido and a hat-trick in the second leg for Huffy. As we go through the preamble, what we do know is that ones to watch are through.
So we basically saw the same game twice. In that first leg, ones to watch were dominant. They scored 3, but they were defensively poor, and they conceded 3. In the second leg, they were perfect defensively. Offensively, they stuck to their plan, got 3 goals, 6-3 on aggregate. Overall, I'd say it's a comfortable win for ones to watch.
Your brother's been on Facebook, says
Hey.
Go Lions Go, hashtag
Come
one strong.
on!
One Play Sports flying the flag for international sporting competition here in Southeast Asia with the whole region on lockdown. We hope you've enjoyed the coverage as we get a chance to let you enjoy that Huffy hat-trick one more time. It was absolutely breathtaking stuff. That effort just going wide. And that was, who was that? I think that was Nickside Crow, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right.
They're playing City Beggars with the names
This
on
was
the back of the shirts.
the Italian stallion's chance here. Just missed it. Much better second leg from him.
Yeah, he improved. He upped his game in the second. Can it be distracting if you're a player manager because you're worrying about
Yes,
so much else?
absolutely. Because
Have you got the temperament to be a player manager?
No, I don't.
I don't think so.
I've broken a few controllers.
I was
going to
say that. How many controllers have you
but,
gone through?
Maybe 7.
And this
That's the truth.
is one. Look at that exquisite strike from Huffy. No chance for the Black Wolf. There's an argument to say
Outside
that
of
the
the
Black Wolves produced the best goalkeeping display we've seen in the tournament so far in that first leg, but there was nothing much he could do in the
undeniable.
second.
Nothing was getting past him in that first leg, but in that second leg, Huffy just showed a bit too much composure. His finishing was excellent. He found the corners.
That was
Excellent.
that.
Yeah, overall, great job.
That was a hat-trick goal, wasn't it? See it again from a different
Bang!
angle.
And
Look at that. Oh,
oh,
that one was the one
oh.
that was deflected wide
I thought that was
for the corner. But yeah, a well-deserved hat-trick for
No doubt.
Huffy. And ones to watch are through. I just want to check actually if I've got the bracket in front of me. I don't think I have. I think I might ask if somebody can get Youssef to remind me who ones to watch play. I've got a feeling they play do they play To the Moon?
Who do they play, guys?
I think it's no, the Royal Cavaliers. That's right, the Royal Cavaliers, who are very impressive. Now already that's going to be a highlight for many people in the round of 16. Vietnam against Singapore. The Royal Cavaliers, 3-1 winners against Daruma Pro Club, will take on ones to watch who we know can score goals for fun, but I think they're going to have a lot more on their plate defensively against the Royal Cavaliers than they did against Manok Gasak. Notwithstanding, Fifido was good. He didn't have enough support, did he?
It'll be a completely different game in the one against the Royal Cavaliers. Fifido, shout out to him. He had an excellent game overall. Missed that last chance right at the end to give his side a consolation goal, but
I tell you what, I'm assuming that ones to watch are in charge of the highlights reel here because they talk about rubbing it in the Malaysians' faces. Poor old Manok Gasak, they just want to turn the PlayStation off and go and lie down in a dark room.
not really. I think we've seen that the ones to watch have played together for about 2 years now. Manok Gasak are a relatively new team, so this is all a learning experience for them. I'm sure the next time these two sides face off, it'll be a much closer game.
Have you seen enough from ones to watch? They can't win this competition, go all the way, can they, unless they improve defensively?
Those first leg errors have to be eradicated. If not, they have no chance against the Royal Cavaliers. Forget about moving on further after that.
Hexid Wixig says, on the way for the win. The Italian stallion has ridden his team to victory. He seems to have a cult following, doesn't he, Martios?
Yeah,
Is
like
he an
me.
icon? He's like a foreign talent, an icon now of Singapore sport, thanks to One Play Sports.
Hopefully, if he wins the tournament, he very well could be. And if he puts in performances like he did in the second leg, he definitely will gather more fame and
We had
perhaps fortune.
esports. We had esports at the Sea Games in Clark
Yep.
at the end of last year. No FIFA in that, but I bet it's
No.
coming soon. You know, how good would a Sea Games FIFA tournament be in Pro Club?
It will be coming soon. I think it's just a matter of time before we've seen already the esports get introduced to the SEA Games last year, and it's just gonna grow from here. I won't be surprised to see it in the Olympics soon as well. No Olympics this year, but maybe next year. Who knows?
I think Olympics is going to be a bit of a stretch. There are all kinds of sports, the likes of snooker and darts. That
I
try to
thought
get to the
SEA
Olympics.
Games was a stretch, and it happened. So
Yeah,
you never know. Yeah.
I think you might need another 12 years or so. But you're right, money talks and
Yep.
everything else walks, doesn't it? So I'm sure if the IOC see dollar signs light up in their eyes, and the way this sport is growing with the current circumstances, I think maybe I'm going to backtrack, Nick, and I think you've made a very valid point there. I poo-pooed your idea
Thank
a little
you.
bit too early. I do apologise.
That happens quite often.
Oh, good. They finally put Manok Gasak out their misery. Ones to watch deciding to not show any more highlights. Goodness gracious me.
What a game, though.
It was incredible, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And let's check out where that leaves the bracket, because we now know our first confirmed game in the round of 16. We'll advise you the dates of that round of 16 clash a little nearer the time. You can see on that big graphic as they make it big. There you see it.
There you go.
In the top left, ones to watch against Royal Cavaliers. Ones to watch, 6-3 winners on aggregate. This is going to be a brilliant week. I say that without any shadow of a doubt. Yes, we're all struggling. Yes, we're all under a bit of pressure. And I hope you're dealing well with this COVID-19 situation. But we made a promise at One Play Sports as a team, as a unit, when this situation arose, that we would keep on working to deliver you entertaining sport 3 times a week, hopefully moving forward, even more than 3 times a week. But you know, on Tuesday, Thursday and Saturday, 11 p.m. Singapore time, GMT +8. People all over the world are watching this. I hope you're enjoying it, and you can enjoy it again with us on Thursday, because look what we have in store for you on Thursday. It's Thailand against Thailand. The Hyenas, the seeded team, expected to get a big fight from Pig, Fight, Knife.
Look at the logos, man. These guys have put in some effort.
Yes, I don't know whether
Really
is
nice.
Is that intimidating? It's a bit disturbing,
I
isn't
don't
it?
know. Big fight knife really is confusing me, but the hyenas logo looks pretty intimidating.
Yeah, and
I
I
have to say.
don't. Yeah, they do look scary. By the way, did you know Pig Fight Knife are celebrating their 2nd year? Do you know how I know that?
Yeah, since
It
2018.
says since 2018, and it's now 2020.
Oh wow.
So it's a simple mathematical
1,
equation.
2.
Knitted.
Never.
Right, that just about does it. We've been with you for literally bang on an hour, which is great. We'll be bringing you the edited highlights of this game on the One Play Facebook page throughout the course of tomorrow. We'll also be making an announcement very shortly about the One Play Sports Stay at Home Soccer Challenge. If you've been on the page, you'll know all about that. We'll be announcing our shortlist of 4. All kinds of work going on behind the scenes to bring you more and more content during these tough times. We've got a great team of editors churning out some One Play gold for you to enjoy the best of the previous One Play Sports action as well. So whatever you do, LSFC, which stands for, Nitin?
LSFC, like, share, follow, and comment the One Play Sports page. We've got lots of exciting things coming up for you next week. So do stay tuned.
And when he tells you to do something,
You
you
better
do
listen.
it, because he might look like a
Listen to
cuddly
me.
barrel of love, but he
Yes.
can turn nasty.
Yeah.
So please do it. Like, share, follow, and comment. Got to thank the whole team, because we've had a great time here today. We've all been obviously isolating. We've had a couple of people working upstairs, a couple of people working downstairs. We're obeying the limits of only having 5 in the studio, in the whole office, I mean. Sam, Vic, Yusuf, Cheryl, and Mogan, all been fantastic. Thanks to our friends at Virtual Pro Gaming, VPG.
Thanks,
and we'll be
guys.
back, same time, same place, 11 p.m. only on One Play Sports. Congratulations to Ones to Watch. They've won the Causeway Clash and sent Manok Gasak packing back across the virtual causeway, which is virtually open for their return trip
Virtually open.
tonight. We'll see you on Thursday. Take care, everyone, and stay safe. And don't
See you
forget,
guys.
keep your distance.
Hey! No touching.
Good night.